to Intro Skippers, everyone, where an entertainment journalist and a genuine entertainer of all sorts are friends who love streaming entertainment and don't mess up the intro. You can skip it if you want. Hi, I'm Kim.
Hi, I'm Jason. Fresh off a plane.
Yeah.
Feeling not so fresh because I was just on planes all day, but I'm fresh off of it.
Shower.
I do. But my dedication to Intro Skippers is so strong that I came from the airport immediately home so that we could record this episode in time.
That's right.
All of our schedules.
Jason just had a big performance for the motorcycle crowd.
Up in up at Sturgis, the big bike rally, the big motorcycle rally at the Buffalo Chips, singing with Kristen Knievel. So I am now back and ready to intro skip or not, because I will never skip the intro of this show that we're about to discuss because it's so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I did it many times. I watched it the first time and I went, oh, I got it. And then I just wanted to get to the show because, spoiler, it's so good. It's
really, really good. Now, my only caveat is I've only seen the first 2 episodes. Of course, we're talking about King of the Hill. King of the Hill is back.
So this is the 2025 reboot, technically season 14. If we're counting, though, there was a pretty big gap between seasons. Season 13 aired in 2010, if you could believe it.
Right. And I feel like they haven't, like, is Bobby supposed to be 15 years older? Or
no.
It's like there's a smaller gap between when we saw them.
Bobby is college age. I believe he is 21.
Okay.
And I think during the show, most of the time, I think he aged a little, but he was a young teenager. So it's been less than 10 years in the show. And it's pretty good. So the conceit is, it's this much longer. Hank and Peggy left Arlen, Texas, and moved to Saudi Arabia in order for Hank to work. And he worked in a little, I don't want to say commune, but an Americatown kind of place.
Yeah. So he worked for, they actually, I believe the company that they had him working for is either based on a real company or actually is a real company, where it was like the first American and Saudi joint company for oil. And I guess that they had him in, in this fictional world. He was obviously working in propane because that's his thing. But it looks like he lived in like an American neighborhood, kind of like a pseudo military base would be.
Sort of, but it's really nice. It's like, it reminds me of just suburbs, like upscale kind of like warm weather suburbs is what I would describe it as.
And it looks like they even had, dare I say, servants? At least butlers and maids at the very least.
Let's say staff.
Okay.
Let's say workers. Okay. And they sometimes do flashbacks to Hank and Peggy's time over there. And now it's kind of a fish out of water story. So if the original King of the Hill was about a man who's, pretty down the road, morally upright, leans conservative, but maybe not, I wouldn't say Hank is led by politics. He's led by a moral compass, per se. The show actually doesn't inject any modern politics into it, except for just a couple things very lightly. And it's about him trying to recognize things that he likes in an increasingly unrecognizable world. And of course, it was originally made by Greg Daniels and Mike Judge. And they are back along with new showrunners, Saladin K. Patterson, and a few executive producers, Mike Rotenberg, who was also on Silicon Valley, which I watched all of, with Mike Judge, and a few
Silicon
others.
Valley.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And it's largely the same cast. Of course, quite a few cast members passed away, and it's kind of shocking, actually, how many cast members of King of the Hill have passed away since the original series.
Yeah. And
even recently.
I know. And what's really, I guess, is touching is we're hearing Jonathan Joss's really last work.
Yeah, he really had a tragic death and a hard time in his final months, I want to say. You can look that up if you want. This season is dedicated in his memory.
That's great.
So that's great. And he does. I think he has a few appearances, not every episode, but he's not an every episode character.
Mm-hmm.
The animation is now being run by Bento Box Entertainment. That is the one who does Bob's Burgers. I was about to say Bobby's Burgers, but no, Bobby runs a hibachi German restaurant.
Yeah, I love it. It's German Asian fusion.
Which is, of course, bankrolled by Mr. Wasanasong and his Nepo baby son, Shane Wasanasong, from the original series. So overall, I want to say, if you liked the original series, this is tonally perfect. You're going to like this one too.
Yeah.
I had a really weird relationship with King of the Hill because I was a kid when it was coming out. So, when I first saw Connie, I was thinking, oh, wow, she's like me. There's finally a kid I can relate to who's not just the brown-haired one.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I know now I'm over 21, but it's nice to see them in this next stage of their lives. I found it at the time, kids don't know about... I think kids don't have a baseline for things. So I think, oh, this show is just kind of boring and all the characters are pretty boring. But I didn't realize it was satire at the time, or kind of satire. It's like the most kind-hearted, well-meaning satire I could think of, because most satire is a little biting. This one has no bite. It's very gentle. The laughs are gentle. The stories are gentle, and it's very character-led. So I found it when I was a kid a little boring after a while, and I fell off and I came back and I fell off and I came back. But I think this season was really good. I guess now I know what it's like to watch the show as a full-ass adult.
I watched probably the majority of the episodes from the first 13 seasons, but it got to the point where I sort of was like you, where if it was on, I would watch it, but I didn't watch every episode in succession. But let me ask you this. Did they create the fact that he went to Saudi Arabia, or that's how they ended the first 13
Oh, I fell
years?
off the very end, Jason. I don't know. I can look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm
King
curious.
of the Hill, season 13 finale. To Sirloin with Love. Okay. Nothing in here is about Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so I guess they just threw that in there for us to figure out, which was totally easy to figure out. I also love that Keith David is in the show.
A new character.
Yeah,
Keith David is the best. Did I tell you I met him at Comic-Con?
No, but I admire him so much, and he just got a star on the Walk of Fame a couple months ago.
He deserves it. Did you see his reaction to that?
Yes.
What a king.
You guys need to look that up. His family knew he was getting the star and sort of didn't really trick him, but they surprised him. Yeah. And he was like, oh, so-and-so got a star. And then they said his name, and he
was like,
it was amazing. Yeah.
Well, I met him. He was actually talking to my friend because she is another host at IGN, Kayla. Or sometimes she goes by Alex, so I never know what to call her. That's her name backwards in her tag.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was talking to him about something, and I was like, it seemed personal, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to get a little out of earshot. But I want to talk to Keith David so bad. And then later I talked to him, and I was like, hi, I'm sorry. I don't want to take up your time. I think you're so great. I just rewatched They Live. I love that movie. You were so good in it. I truly believe that there needs to be a reboot of that movie, and you need to come back in it again because it's still relevant and it's still really prescient and fun and scary all at the same time. I do really believe that. And he was so kind, and he held my hand and he said, thank you so much. And we talked a little and laughed, and he made me feel like he really cared. Maybe he did. But when you meet celebrities and you're just like, I don't want to be a weirdo, but
yeah.
I think you're great. Yeah.
The most awkward situation I ever had with a celebrity where I felt like I walked in on something personal that was happening was with, and I'm not going to even say who it is, but I was on tour with a much larger band, and this band that we were on tour with kind of had a lot of celebrity friends that would show up, especially when we played big cities.
Mhm.
So I walked into a dressing room and I saw an A-level actress.
Are you going to say their name?
I mean, I don't feel like I don't, even though this was years ago, I don't want to like, I don't know. Should I or should I not? I feel like
That's your
weird
choice.
about it. Yeah, I don't think I should, because here's what happened. I walked into like the lounge that was outside of our dressing rooms, so it was a common area, and this actress was crying her eyes out. She was bawling her eyes out, but it was like a fully recognizable A-level actress, and I was like, "This is
What year
the
was
most."
this?
This was 2001. So
Julia Roberts.
no,
Angelina Jolie.
no. But you're not far off. Like same level of fame of that time.
All right, everyone, send your guesses to introskipperspod@gmail.com.
Yeah. I'll tell you off camera. But yeah, talk about
sure,
awkward.
everyone will love that.
Talk about awkward, right?
Yeah. Well, I knocked Norman Reedus flat on his ass, so I mean that was pretty awkward.
That was pretty awkward too.
Yeah. Well, it's like I never want to be unprofessional, you know?
Mm-hmm,
Like you cannot ask them for a photo because it's not considered a cool thing to do.
Sure.
Even if you really, really want them. So what you do is you take a screen cap later of the video that you did with them, and that's your photo.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, my only photo with Ozzy Osbourne is screen caps from being on the Osbournes. Right?
You were on the Osbournes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which episode?
Episode 1 and episode 12 of season 1.
You're in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In fact, there's a scene that I am in that is often replayed quite a bit. So
Why?
I will get random because it's just they use it promotionally a lot. Like when CNN did the 2000s or whatever, they used that clip that I just happened to be standing in the kitchen. They use that clip over and over again.
Okay, so you're like a background character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we weren't like I was a person at their house.
No, I know, but in the scene,
in that scene, I'm just standing there. Yeah.
You're not going like in a full conversation with any of them.
I'm not arguing with Ozzy or anything in this scene. No.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. So back to King of the Hill.
Yes.
I think ultimately, I mean, the first episode, I was thinking, oh, I don't know, because it was just him going, "What?
Yeah.
Is
What?
poke? What is this food called poke?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him 4 stars, so he has room to grow." Like it just he doesn't understand things. It kind of reminded me of Cobra Kai when Johnny. It seems like he was frozen in the 80s and just thought out now, and it's like a little silly. Mm-hmm. But also, you know, you have to remember what are we watching? It's a comedy. It's also a legacy sequel of sorts, so it doesn't need to be 100% ironclad, believable. So, okay. But I think what really got me was the end of episode 1, because he's been complaining all this time, like, oh, maybe Peggy, we should go back to our community in Saudi Arabia. That's more America than America. What is this? I don't recognize this. All gender bathrooms, you know? And I'm like, oh no, I'm so tired of this argument. But then he just goes to the Girl Scout stand.
Mm-hmm.
I should say this. I was a Girl Scout at one of those stands. And he wants a Samoa cookie. And then they say, actually, we changed the name because we wanted to be more respectful of Samoan people. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, oh, that's nice. And she goes, yeah, it's nice to be nice. And then I felt like, oh, what a sweet show.
Yeah.
It is nice to be nice. It is, you know, sometimes change is scary, but it's not necessarily bad. And that's something I think is good to remember.
I love that Hank had that turnaround in the first episode.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that it shows the humanity of different viewpoints, right?
Yeah. Like not everyone is a monolith. I should hope. At least in this world, not everyone is a monolith. Did I tell you I saw a bunch of family members over the weekend?
No, you didn't.
I don't want to talk about this on air in case any of them listen to it. Anyway.
Are you saying that they were all monoliths or something?
I'm not saying
You're
anything.
Not saying it. That's okay. That's okay.
About anything.
Can I tell you something that I did not know was going to happen until the day of the concert yesterday
Sure.
at Sturgis. So at a big motorcycle rally like Sturgis, what happens is you're playing to huge open field and people ride their bikes right up and park their bikes. If they like a song, they will rev their engines.
But then you can't hear the song.
That's right. But it is deafening. It is absolutely deafening. And it is so loud that sometimes you can't even hear what you're playing. But it's their way of showing appreciation.
Okay, that's nice, but it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, it is.
You completely block out the song you like.
But once you kind of know it's going to happen, then you're okay with it.
All right.
There were a couple times though that I thought maybe one of the other guitar players was making a weird noise with their guitar or something, like in between songs, like. I'm like,
was he revving his guitar?
Yeah.
Back at them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like you. I like you back.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, there is one thing I don't like about the new show.
Okay.
And that is, it is only 10 episodes a season. I hate this trend. Where we're going to get only 10 episodes a season and one season every 2 years. I looked back at what King of the Hill did previously. Season 1, 12 episodes. Makes sense. It's a debut season. Season 2, 23. Season 3, 25. Season 4, 24. It goes on like that. There's a dip. Seasons 9 through 11 are 15, 15, and 12.
Okay.
Then it goes back to 22, back to 24, and now back to 10, because that is the trend we are in, where we're just not getting enough produced. I need more. And this is not just King of the Hill. This is a current entertainment streaming trend that I hate. We have to be putting more money into these shows and getting them made larger and faster.
Yeah, across the board. I mean, it's sometimes you only get 8 episodes and then you have to wait 2 years.
That's going to be us with Gilded Age, Jason.
I know. And it is currently us with not Dance of the Dragons.
House of the Dragon?
House of the Dragon. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Dance of the Dragons was the book that it was based off of.
Where the finale was like, it should not have been the finale. It should have been 10 minutes before the finale.
Yeah, the finale was like 9 cliffhangers. It's like, thanks.
Get ready. Here it comes. Here comes the battle. Prepare yourself. The battle is coming. The stakes are high. And the battle is about here. The end.
See you in 2 years.
This is the worst. And I know why, but let's change that. Let's put some investment back into Hollywood and entertainment.
I mean, people say that we're in the golden age of television now.
We are not. We are barely hanging on. The golden age was certainly, I would think, in the 2010s. We had a great time with things getting budgeted, greenlit, and now it's our current state with
it's rough,
short, far apart seasons with no mid-range movies anymore. It's very unfortunate, and I just want to see those stories get made. Well, I want to see the big stories be big, but I want to see the middle stories happen, period. And it's hard, and it sucks.
And there needs to be a franchise attached to get anything made. And
I mean,
you have to
as
prove.
much as I liked this is a legacy sequel.
Yeah. At least it's one that we are happy is back. I didn't know that I missed it until I saw it again, and I was like, yeah, I really missed this show. It's kind of
Yeah. Well, it's like, it's a style that's not so common now, where it's pretty gentle.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet natured. Maybe
we need a little bit more of that in our lives.
I think so. I think the world. Having a monolith of people is like having a monolith of streaming, of culture, even, if you will, of entertainment culture even. I don't think that should be what it is. And I don't think anyone who loves watching entertainment of any sorts thinks it's the way it should be. But unfortunately, we are in an era that is marked by a lot of change and a lot of it negative.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it the way Hank Hill does.
He deals with it with surprising grace, almost, you might say, in Hank's grace.
Well, it's a very sincere show, and he's a very sincere man.
Yeah. Well, gosh, I don't know. I feel like we kind of maybe said all we needed to say about this show.
Well, I definitely recommend it, especially if you liked the original. If you're looking for adult animation that is not very adult, if I may, then sure, go for it. I think it's a good watch. It's getting great reviews from other places, and I see why. It deserves it. It's doing a good job with what it is, with who it is, and it's very true to itself, which what can you ask for more? Actually, what I can ask for is more.
Right.
More episodes, that is.
Are there some shows coming up soon in the animated field that you're excited about?
Yes. Futurama, again, is another legacy animated show that's coming back again to Hulu, and probably for about 10 episodes.
Yikes.
It sucks, dude. Yeah.
Speaking of Who, not Hulu, but Who, Doctor Who, I understand a lot of episodes of Doctor Who are actually being removed now from
Why?
HBO Max. I don't know. Everyone's trying to figure it out. Used to be able to see all the episodes of Doctor Who on HBO Max for the last few years.
I thought they were on Disney.
Now some are being pulled down. They're some are on HBO Max, some are on Disney. I think it has to do with like different regions. So like in England, they're on HBO Max, if I'm correct. So
I'm pretty sure I've seen ads with the new Doctor on Disney Plus.
Yeah, no, they're on Disney Plus in America. They are.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just curious as to how all these licenses work. With every different region, there's always a different deal to be struck. It seems.
Well, that's unfortunate. That's one of. So I'm pretty good at being a generalist. I know a little bit about a lot of things, at least a little bit, usually a medium to large amount. Doctor Who is a big hole in my brain. I've seen a couple episodes and I've been like, all right, but I just never got into it. It's pretty intimidating.
Yeah, you would need to start with the reboot in 2009 to really, or maybe it was even 2007. I don't know when they rebooted it, but you would
I'm not doing that.
You would need to start there to get to. Yeah, so it's okay. If you have a hole there, that's all right. I started when I was a teenager on like the old school BBC ones. Some friends of mine got me into it and then I was hooked. But there's a lot to get through and not every episode is perfect by a long shot.
So you're saying a lot of episodes are bad?
No, I am not saying that. I'm just saying a lot are not perfect.
Would I say a lot of episodes are bad if I had seen it?
Yes.
There's your answer. The real answer.
But a lot of episodes are amazing and they're brilliant and they're like this poignant commentary on society and they will make you cry.
You know what I agree with you with that I could say the exact same thing for that I love? Star Trek.
Okay.
There are a lot of bad episodes, but there are a lot of perfect episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
So mixed bags all around. Is the good better than outweighing the bad? I would say yes.
Absolutely. There is one show that there are no bad episodes of.
Is it because it's short?
Well, no, there's 3 seasons.
Okay.
No, maybe there's 4. It's Matt Berry's Toast of London. There are 0 bad episodes of that show.
Fandango. I think I saw 2 seasons of that.
Okay.
It was all I could find without pirating it. So
right. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Yeah.
Matt Berry, perfect person. We should do an episode where we just talk about perfect careers. And is Matt Berry one of them? Probably. Is Keith David the other one? Hell yeah.
Could be. Plus, do you know about Matt Berry's music career?
I do.
Yeah. And do you know he wrote the theme song to Dancing with the Stars? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
The one that goes do 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 do.
Yep. Matt Berry.
I thought he was more of a vocalist.
He is, but he's a composer too. He plays multiple instruments. He also wrote the theme song to Toast of London that's used in a lot of memes lately.
I don't remember the theme
Da,
song.
da, 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 da.
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say play it, but I don't want to be binged on any copyright strikes. So
right.
I think humming it is okay.
Okay, probably.
Probably, I don't know. Probably, yeah.
Uh, Speaking of copyright strikes, I never got a copyright strike, but I once did an acoustic version of my own song, and Sony Music claimed it because I guess my voice sounds too much like my own voice. So the
So
software figured out that it was me.
couldn't you have gotten whitelisted
I did after that,
eventually? You
but it
got to
was
have a guy who whitelists you before the fact so that you can keep the monetization.
right. My TikTok is now whitelisted for certain albums and stuff like that. So
Good, good, good.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
If
worked at places that had whole departments that were, and it's not a big department, it's like two people who are like, good, we're whitelist this ahead of time. This is the premiere. Don't mess us up, et cetera, et cetera.
oh yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a news organization.
Well, that's not necessarily what it was. I mean, it's a fine line because when I've gotten strikes previously on other channels I worked on, and it was I would say, yeah, I'm covering it in a news sense, and they're like, no, you're not, and it's like it's kind of blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've also gotten strikes when I was very negative about what I was talking about, like I had a negative critique, but they didn't
Oh,
do it when I had a positive critique.
and it was the same company.
Let's say similarly powerful and large.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where it's like you're just suppressing negative press, which is, again, this is like the conversation we had about the line between influencing and doing press, where the press person was like, you can't run that. And I was like, you're not my boss.
Yeah. It would have been even better if you said, "You're not the boss of me."
You're not the boss of me. And then I just flipped my hair and walked off all sassy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just went, okay. And then I walked off and I found someone who could handle
Yeah.
it. Look, I'm not the business end. I'm the business end. I'm not on the business side. I'm on the editorial creative side. So
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
things like that escalate, I'm just going to pass the baton and smile the whole way. And then talk mad shit on my podcast.
The weirdest quote I was ever quoted was Kerrang magazine, which is a huge rock music magazine in England. They came to interview my old band Godhead, and they spent the day with us in the studio.
Mhm.
And we ordered pizza, and the pizza that we ordered came with little corn kernels on it, individual corn kernels. We just ordered regular pepperoni pizza, so there were
That's
these corn
gross.
kernels on it. Yeah, so I jokingly said, corn belongs on the cob, dude. Like why do we have these corn kernels? Corn belongs on a cob. Big quote, picture of me. The article comes out, big quote, corn belongs on the cob, dude.
I
I'm
have
like,
a question.
really?
What does that serve? What is the point of that?
Well, apparently Kerrang magazine had a reputation for just like really sticking it to bands. So I guess they wanted to stick it to us.
Was it to make you look stupid? I
I
don't
think so.
understand.
Yeah, I think so. Oh well.
I don't know. That's pretty weak.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's kind of hacky. Sorry.
Hey, I didn't write it. But why was that the main headline? So if that's the worst they could get, hey, okay.
It's not even a good non sequitur.
No.
It's like, why did you do this?
I'll try to find it and send it to you. It's
if
pretty
you're
funny.
gonna do it, man. Don't do something weak like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, you know what? It's fine.
Okay.
I said it was fine, and they can take me out of context.
Yeah. I mean, this was, 24 years ago. So who knows if that guy's even alive? Yeah, 2001.
Good Lord, dude.
I know. I've had a career.
You sure have.
Yeah. And it's wild still having a career and
I haven't done anything for 24 years.
Seeing, like the way just things that I've done in the past come back and like lead into other things. It's wild. I love it.
That's cool though. It's good that there's some kind of serendipity and perhaps patterns?
Yes.
Perhaps?
And
Or is it just chaos?
no, there's patterns, but I would like to think that the way that I do business and the way that I treat people has also formed my reputation and made people want to work with me again and again, because I do hopefully always strive to treat people the best that they possibly can be treated.
That's good. I've definitely made the mistake the other way a couple times early on, and I hopefully haven't made them again, because it is important. It is important how you treat every person, even if you're having a bad day, even if you're pissed off about something
Yeah.
that's unrelated to them. Unfortunately, you just have to get over it, or at
Right.
least compartmentalize.
Yeah. And I've definitely made mistakes and probably said things I shouldn't have said.
Oh,
But
I have too. I have enemies.
but all we can do is our best, right?
Truly. All we can do is our best, admit when we're wrong, and get better.
And that's what King of the Hill
King
has
of the
taught us.
Hill is all about.
Mhm.
Dang old King, Return of the King, man.
I did listen to the episodes on headphones because I was traveling, and I felt like I could understand Boomhauer better
Really?
this
Is it
time
because you've shut
around.
off your visual senses?
It's possible. Yeah.
Huh.
So
How did you feel about the new voice actor, Toby Huss, who previously voiced Cotton and Khan, now stepping into the role of Dale?
yeah, I could tell it was someone different, and I was a little bit. He's got it like 90%. You
I
know,
think, yeah, it could have been much worse, because I would say that's a very hard voice to imitate.
Absolutely. He had the spirit of it. He's got the spirit of it down.
Some people really hate it, but I think he's done a very good job. And I
Yeah.
agree. It's different, but it's not distracting or bad. I'm
No,
fine with it.
most of the time it disappears into the dialogue and you don't even think about it. But then every once in a while you're like, wait, that doesn't quite sound like Dale, but
Mhm.
what are you going to do?
I think there couldn't have been a better person to do it. Someone who's already spent a lot of time with the cast.
Right. So they brought it from somebody in the family,
Hmm. I think it worked. Yeah. Some people have been complaining about that and the voice of Khan. I haven't watched the Khan episode yet. When we get to it, I'll make a note in a future podcast, and you'll be like, "What? What is she talking
Okay.
about?"
No. I mean, I'll get to the I'm not at the con episode either, so we'll have to get there, but
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's pretty wild in general that it's back, but and that it's so good. So
And that it's good. It's back and it's good. And how many things can you say that about?
not a
Not
lot
all of
these
them.
days.
Not
No.
all of them, that's for
Mm-mm.
sure.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do an episode of something that I could enjoy and compliment. And I think this was a really good one to do it for. I'm overall really happy with this episode, this season, and I would love it if they could do more.
I hope they do too, and hopefully a lot of people watch it from the reviews, and that will keep them making it. So
Yeah. Did you know they're going to end Hulu and it's just going to exist on Disney Plus as a peripheral?
in a way, it feels like that already has happened because
Doesn't it?
yeah, if you're a Hulu subscriber, you have to then it merges into Disney Plus anyway. So
Or if you have Disney Plus, you just get Hulu now, that's how I watch it.
Yeah,
But it's ending as its own independent platform in a bit. It was just announced.
Oh well, that's kind of sad because they were one of the first besides Netflix.
Yeah, I was thinking back in the day on Hulu, and I remember they had this show where it was kind of like The Soup or Talk Soup, where it had these two people talking about like the news in a funny, irreverent kind of way for that era and time, which is like late 00s, early 10s.
Yeah, and then I remember all the weird ads with Alec Baldwin where he was talking about how we're not space aliens or whatever. It was very strange. Yeah.
I forgot all about that. I memory hold it. Damn.
Yeah.
I kept
sorry.
that.
I brought it back.
I kept that and I forgot some of my childhood. Dude. Well, that's entertainment for yous.
Mm-hmm. That's
That's
showbiz.
showbiz, baby. That's the kind of thing that sticks in my brain and not my own memories of being a child. Okay, well, I think we should end this then.
Yes. Okay, I'm so glad we got to do this.
Yes,
And
we gotta run.
have a great week, everybody.
I mean, this will be in the past by the time this airs, but I'm doing the Daily Fix on IGN on Monday. I was supposed to do it on Tuesday, but I couldn't because I have something else. But there you go. Watch that episode that I did.
You got work stacked. It's going to be great.
No, not really. It just happened to be one day where I had a conflict. If I could, I would do all of it. I like money. I mean work.
We all like work.
Yeah, I mean money. Wait,
Yeah.
no, I mean work. All right, everyone. We will catch you next time. And hopefully we'll have something that makes me happy and doesn't make me just black out and go into a rage like last week.
But this week, it's all smiles and laughs.
That's right.
So,
if you're watching us.
Mm-hmm. We'll keep
Okay,
that going. And see you soon.
Bye.
Intro Skippers with Jason Charles Miller and Kim Horcher is produced and edited by Kim Horcher and Jason Charles Miller. The name order doesn't really matter. Additional writing by Kim Horcher. Theme song and incidental music by Jason Charles Miller. Take it away, me. You can rate and review this show, 5 stars only please, anywhere you'd like, and you might find your review read on a future episode. Got a question? Email us at introskipperspod@gmail.com. That too could be featured on a future episode. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Intro Skippers on your favorite podcast platform, but preferably one we're actually on. All right, thanks for getting this far. Here's a special treat just for you. I'm gonna stop talking.